part of the Press Play Podcast Network.
Welcome back to the Main Event Podcast, a part of the Press Play Podcast Network. I am your host, Danny, and I'm joined by my lovely co-hosts, Jackie and Chuck. How y'all doing today?
Oh, surviving, enjoying first day of vacation, which is lovely. I took a nice nap.
I'm so excited for you.
I'm so excited for me too.
Chuck, you hanging in there?
Yeah, just getting over this this cold, but yeah, we're here.
Colds are the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine having to wrestle a match in with a cold?
Like the cooties that we have currently where we can't breathe out of our noses. Could you imagine? Gosh.
And you know that they do it all the time. I mean, they've got to.
Yeah.
Oh my God, there's no freaking way.
No.
I guess that's why they're world star athletes, and
that's why they get paid the big bucks.
Right.
And that's why we're just sitting behind a computer doing a podcast,
talking about it. Those who can't do a podcast.
Do a podcast. Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know exactly what all happened in AEW this week, but I know there's some exciting things on the WWE side, but we'll table that and we'll start with all of the cool happenings at AEW this week. So I will give you guys the floor, and I'll drink some water or something and chime in as I have thoughts.
I have it pulled up from a different website because my memory is awful and I can't find my notebook right now, of course. We'll start with Moxley versus Dax Hardwood on Wednesday. Mox is doing this thing now that I am completely behind. He'll randomly kiss his opponent and just little boops kisses. It's hilarious to me. I don't know.
That is right out of Bray Wyatt's playbook.
Just little kisses. I just think it's hilarious. It's fantastic. I think more of them should do it. The match was good. It was a match with Dax and Mox, and they were beating the shit out of each other, and it was fantastic. I think we're gonna see a tag match with probably Moxley and Claudio against Dax Hardwood and Cash Wheeler. That's okay. I think Cash Wheeler is kind of like Wheeler Yuta and isn't a big selling point for me, but it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, it kind of goes, you can't have one without the other, honestly, when it comes to Dax and Cash.
Absolutely.
But
what was their tag team name when they were in the WWE?
I can't even remember.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I was just trying to think of it, and I can't remember what it is.
Yeah, I know those two names.
Sitting in front of computers.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Well, it's funny because I know that
were they the Revolution? Is that why they're FTR?
No, it says that FTR stands
the Revival.
For fuck the rest. They were the Revival. Yeah.
The Revival. That's who they were. Yeah, and I remember right before they left, you could tell they were on their way out because they were doing some real stupid stuff.
Yes. Yeah, really.
They did a shower thing or whatever. It was
I saw the shower and one of them shaving the other one's back. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You haven't seen that?
No, I missed that.
Oh, it's one of those things where depending on which side of wrestling universe you're on, they would use that and Samoa Joe standing outside in a poncho in the rain commentating for WWE to show the growth that they're having over in the other company kind of thing. The next match, I'll find the meme and show you. Don't worry. The next match we had was Wardlow, like just coming out and doing his thing, and I'm unimpressed with it now. He looked better with the ponytail. And then the actual match after that was Copeland and Daniel Garcia. Danny got to do his little dance thing. Match got interrupted by Christian and Killswitch and Nick Wayne and Mother Wayne, and
yeah, they're really beating that storyline into the ground, aren't they?
They really
Yeah,
are.
100%.
I'm not interested in it because I'm just waiting for everybody to turn on Christian, and it's taking too long for my attention sometimes. But we do have the pay-per-view coming up, so hopefully something exciting will happen there with that, and I don't have to watch all these people beat up everybody for Christian. And then we had AEW's EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson against Top Flight. Matt and Nick came out in their bloodied suits from beating Steen and Darby Allin last week, jumping them. What do you mean no?
No, it's Matthew and Nicholas. You can't say Matt and Nick anymore.
That's fair. My apologies.
Yeah,
Matt and Nick.
You'll get them confused with Tom
Matthew.
and Nick.
Matthew and Nicholas came out wearing the same suits air quotes, that they were wearing whenever they beat up Steen and Darby, with apparently their blood still on it. So that was gross. They should do their laundry occasionally. It was good. It was a good back and forth match. Top Flight always performs very nicely, and I enjoy their matches. Matt and Nick being Matt and Nick and trying to beat everybody up and win stuff. We had Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale. Really like Willow, really interesting. I'm interested to see what happens with the like extra show that they added, which is allegedly when Mercedes Moné is going to debut.
Now, is this going to be like another weekly show that they do?
I don't know.
Like a one-off?
I don't know. I didn't look to see what day it falls on to see if maybe it's just like a one-off and this is just what we're going to call Dynamite this week kind of thing. You know what I mean? Willow and Mercedes like fought each other in the New Japan stuff, so I'm excited to see maybe that follow over here, but it's been a little bit, so I don't know how that's gonna work. Sky Blue is still crazy and all dark and gloomy. We had a segment backstage with the Bang Bang Scissor Gang that one of the ass boys recommended a match, and Billy was like, wait, what if, and then explained the same match. It was cute. Billy's being Billy and ass boys are being ass boys. And then we had a random Texas death match on a Wednesday, which made me so happy.
Gotta love that.
Matt Taven got his ass beat by a table. Orange Cassidy got his pockets ripped off his pants.
Ooh, that's not
very nice bloody match though.
It was.
Yeah.
I love me a good bloody match for purpose. I don't like matches where people end up bloody for no reason. Jonathan Moxley.
Yeah, he bleeds way too much now.
He bleeds for the fun of bleeding. It doesn't add anything extra. My favorite part from the Cassidy Matt Taven match was Cassidy was grabbing shit from underneath the ring, and he grabs a like heart-shaped box that says to OC from Chuck E. T, from Chuck Taylor, who's still out on injury. It was thumbtacks inside the box. It made me so happy.
Yeah, that was really cool. Yeah,
it was fantastic.
I miss that. I always used to love when like Mick Foley would get the thumbtacks out.
Oh yeah, that was always my favorite.
Has there been any like new developments on the Adam Cole storyline?
Nothing yet, because Wardlow's coming out and just like beating everybody up to get to the spot to go against what I'm assuming after the pay-per-view is going to be Joe. Right now, the match is going to be Samoa Joe, Swerve Strickland, and Hangman Adam Page for the title. So we'll see how that goes.
Interesting.
Yeah, we love a triple threat match.
Yeah, Swerve Strickland has really elevated his career. I will say that's one dude that AEW has done wonders for.
Oh, yeah, I'm so excited with as much as like he's getting pushed and everything.
And I saw that like they did the whole DLC for the game around him, which was cool.
Yeah.
Anything else interesting happen?
Jeff Hardy broke his nose.
I feel like I saw that.
Yeah, Sammy Guevara came off the top belt.
Yeah.
Jeff had his legs up, and it just happened that he got kicked in the face. It's kind of funny.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Yeah, that was on Friday.
Sammy Guevara's wife showed up with their baby.
Oh,
which was exciting. Yeah, Sammy Guevara, his wife. Oh my gosh, what is her name?
Mello.
Thank you. She was ringside with their baby this week, for Friday. Which
really funny that she got a picture of the baby with Jeff Hardy before Sammy broke his nose.
He got a kick in the face.
That is funny.
The match that one of the Ass Boys was talking about was the Bang Bang Scissor Game versus Dark Order, Jeff Jarrett. Oh my gosh.
The Dark Order still around? That's a
yes. I mean, barely. I feel like they're hanging on.
Yeah, there's
like
four or
members.
3 of them now.
Yeah,
because they used to be like a really cool faction, and then it just kind of went real cheesy, didn't it?
Well, that's because that was Brody's.
That was Brody's faction. Yeah.
Yeah.
So once he died, they kind of just honestly they put it on the back burner. Really, like they don't really do too much with the Dark Order, unfortunately.
Yeah.
They may show up on Ring of Honor.
Yeah,
they might show up on Ring of Honor, but I always forget that exists, so I never remember to watch it.
When does that come on?
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I don't even know where you can watch it.
Yeah, I'm sure some weird cable channel.
Bang Bang Scissor Game won, so that was the point of that story. I would still like one of their trios belts. It's pink. The end of it is scissors. So it's like the things are scissoring together, and I really want one. So
I'm dead
on my Christmas list.
Every Thursday night at 7.
Where can we watch it at?
Apparently, it's something that you have to subscribe to. It shows.
There's a website you can go to and watch it. I remember now.
Yeah, you can literally just go to the Ring of Honor website. Interesting.
Huh. That is interesting. Yeah, because I know that there's like another company that owns it now. I just don't remember.
AEW owns it.
Oh, I'm thinking of TNA.
Yeah, TNA you can watch on Access TV.
Is that where that's at? I kind of want to watch that because a lot of those people that were in that released class are over there. Nick Namath. I don't remember what Dana Brooks' name is.
That Jordan chick that was in the Royal Rumble.
Oh, yep, she's over there.
Jordan Grace.
Yeah. It looks like a good time.
Yeah. I mean, I think that it's cool that I'm gonna just call him Dolph Ziggler. He seems to be getting the push that he deserves. Like I always liked Dolph Ziggler, and I didn't really understand. I guess he just got older and less relevant, which is why they stopped pushing him. Because he was like real popular before I started watching wrestling again, and then I thought that the feud that he did with Kofi Kingston when Kofi was the champion was really good. But who am I?
I saw something where it was going to be him and Matt. Oh, what is Zack Ryder's name?
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, how they were going to have a match together. And I was like, that's precious.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
yeah, that was what I had to add to that story.
A different note, apparently you can watch Ring of Honor on Access TV as well.
Oh, okay. So all I'm hearing is we just need to get that channel in our life.
What is Access TV?
It's just a cable channel. It's just AXS TV.
They have a lot of music things that they put on.
Yeah, they show a lot of like the Isle of Wight stuff and
the what?
Like those big concert things.
Oh,
like Woodstock Coachella kind of stuff.
Oh, that's exciting.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
He's not
sorry. Well, I guess
what you got for us?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an interesting couple weeks on the WWE front. We'll have to start on a lighter note and say that as much as you would think that this whole storyline between the Judgment Day and R-Truth would be over, it's only getting more interesting. And I am living for it. So I don't remember if it was last week on SmackDown or if it was on Raw. I think it was on Raw on Monday, but you know, the Judgment Day is talking in their little group or whatever, and then obviously like R-Truth pops up, still thinking he's a member of the Judgment Day, even though they've jumped him now multiple times.
Oh,
and
Truth.
He's basically just like, well, that first one was the pre-initiation, and then last week was the initiation, so I'm officially in now. And so finally Damian Priest is like, dude, you are not in the Judgment Day, like once and for all kind of thing. And he ends up with a match against JD McDonough, I believe. And it was either him or I think it was either him or Damian Priest. I don't remember exactly, but whichever it was, R-Truth finally realizes that, oh, like this is not initiation, like they want to hurt me. And so he's trying to call the Miz, and he's like, dude, where are you at? They gonna kill me. And
oh my God,
he's like trying to get Adam Pearce to like delay the match until the Miz can get there. And Adam Pearce is like, so it was Raw. So Adam Pearce was like, dude, the Miz is not even like in the state, like I can't delay this match. Like, and it's like his entrance music is playing, like they're doing this backstage segment. And so he's like on the phone trying to get a hold of the Miz and then trying to delay the match. It was hilarious. And then last night on SmackDown, Dominic Mysterio has the qualifying match for the Chamber against Kevin Owens, and R-Truth pops up. And at one point during the match, Dominic Mysterio like leans over to R-Truth and says, Truth, get me a chair. And Truth was like, but I'm not even in the Judgment Day. And Dominic goes, yes, you are. Go get a chair. You're in the Judgment Day. Just get me a chair. And so he goes and grabs the chair, and then he like unfolds it and sits down, like basically saying like, we're, you know, basically, yeah, it was hilarious. And it obviously like KO won that match. So I'm interested to see like how they tie the storyline up, because it's just, it would be actually, I think, pretty funny to me if they ended up having the Miz and R-Truth, even if it's for like a little bit, like take the tag titles off of the Judgment Day as like a wrap up to kind of the story. I feel like that would be hilarious.
That would be fantastic.
But
weren't they a tag team before?
They were Awesome Truth. They had like a whole thing. It was pretty brief. I don't think they were a tag team for very long, but they were a tag team for a while. And that's kind of been what they've been playing with like over the last several weeks. Is it's like Awesome Truth is reunited, but R-Truth thinks he's in the Judgment Day, so he's like, it's what's made the storyline so hilarious. And then
R-Truth.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like his character is so funny. Yeah, Ron Killings.
Yes, what a name.
I mean, it's a really great wrestling name. I don't know why he didn't keep it.
Right, Killings as your last name. Like, what more could you ask for?
I guess like he wanted to be a face, so it made more sense to be R-Truth. But
adorable.
So other than that, though, before we get into like the bloodline stuff, I will say that the Elimination Chamber match for the men's side is going to be incredible. I'm very excited for that.
5 a.m. though.
Yeah, it is. It does start at 5 a.m.
5 a.m. for us. Which
I
we
am
shouldn't
either
complain because we get prime time for a lot of things, but 5 a.m.
But still, that's so early. What's crazy, if you live in California, it's 2 a.m.
I mean,
which is somehow
which
better.
is fine because I would much
up.
rather be up at 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
Like
I could handle
2
a.m.
So I'm either going to just stay up all night, or I'm going to just try to go to bed early and take a couple extra melatonin. I don't know, but we'll see.
What kind of dreams you end up with that?
I haven't. I've just started taking them, so I don't even really know if they're working all that well yet. We'll see.
Are you sleeping?
Yeah, I mean, I sleep, but it's like
working.
Well, it's like, but I mean, it doesn't feel like they're putting me. Yeah, I don't know, but we'll see. What you're saying. But yeah, so I believe we have. I think the whole match is now set. It's Randy Orton, Kevin Owens, Logan Paul, Bobby Lashley, and
you honestly had me until Lashley.
Oh, who's the other one? LA Knight. How did I forget that?
Of course.
Yeah. So, I mean,
it sounds like it's going to be a good match.
That is going to be an incredible match.
There are a lot of good guys in it.
Yeah. I'm very excited to see. And honestly, I'm interested to see the dynamic of Randy Orton and Logan Paul. I think that's going to be pretty entertaining.
You think so?
Oh yeah. I mean, cause I watched Randy Orton on Logan Paul's podcast, and I think they had even talked about like, it'd be cool to work together at some point. And I think they're going to have a pretty cool dynamic. I'm not as excited for Bobby Lashley, but he's going to be he's someone in the match that's going to have the strength and stuff. So, I mean, I'm sure they'll do some cool spots. I'm assuming he'll get eliminated pretty early. Right. I look for, and Drew McIntyre's in there as well. Did I say that? I don't remember. I look for Drew McIntyre to probably win. Either that or Orton.
This is for who goes up against Seth, right?
Seth, yeah, at WrestleMania. Okay. I would assume that it's either going to be Orton or McIntyre that wins, though I've been shocked before, but that would be my guess. I kind of think with everything kind of pointing to Cody beating Roman, it would make sense that McIntyre may beat Seth. And so then we get really kind of the flip on brands to where now you have a face on SmackDown as the champion and a heel on Raw as the champion.
Right. Not only that, it's like a good time for a reset. Essentially,
it is. Yeah. I mean, especially with like Seth Rollins being injured. I'm assuming, I can imagine he's going to want some time off because he's really not able to take much time off leading up to WrestleMania. I mean, he's not wrestling right now, but he's still traveling. He's, doing appearances, promos. Right. I think he's gotten attacked a few times, but he's not been like wrestling. So, I can imagine that he's probably going to want some time off to try to like fully recover. So it would make sense that he drops the title.
We do like a fresh reset on everybody.
Yes. We found out last night that Braun Breaker is officially on SmackDown. So he's been called up, which it's about time. He's going to be, if they do it right, I think he'll be a pretty big star. And then
that's Steiner's son, right?
Steiner's one of, yeah. I don't remember Scott Steiner's nephew. So whichever the other Steiner was, it's his son. Rick Steiner. Yeah. Rick Steiner.
He looks like him.
So the backstage segment that basically like showed Braun Breaker like signing his contract, it was Braun Breaker and Jade Cargill both with a SmackDown contract in their hand, but Jade did not sign hers. So I'm thinking that she will probably end up on Raw. Because they had Braun join SmackDown. Besides, I think that Jade would do better on Raw anyways. I think there's better talent for her to feud with. I think a feud between her and Nia Jax would be incredible. Which is kind of where I see it going. Oh yeah,
they set it
sure.
up at the Rumble.
For sure. Now the rumor is, and I don't know if this is for sure happening or what, but the rumor is that Jade will be the final entrant into the chamber match on the women's side, because I think they have everybody but one person in that match. Where's my phone? And I'll look it up, because right now it's Liv Morgan, Becky Lynch, Naomi qualified, Tiffany Stratton, and Bianca Belair's in there.
Gross.
Women's chamber match 2024.
Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and one more to be announced, it says.
Yeah, and that's why I'm thinking it's going to be Jade, because they don't have I don't believe they have another qualifying match set up for it. I think it's just so who named the people who are on it again?
Becky Lynch, Bianca,
that's Raw, SmackDown,
Liv Morgan,
SmackDown,
Tiffany Stratton,
SmackDown,
and Naomi.
I would assume that so it would make sense then if Jade goes to Raw, they would put her in it, because you've only got one superstar, I think, from Raw on there, unless I'm mistaken.
Is Naomi on SmackDown then?
Yes.
Yeah, she's on SmackDown. I know Tiffany Stratton's on SmackDown. I know that Bianca's on SmackDown, and Naomi is on SmackDown. I think Liv Morgan is on SmackDown.
Naomi's on SmackDown because that Uso is the one that she's married to. I never remember which one it is.
Oh no, Liv Morgan is on Raw. So Becky Lynch and Liv Morgan's on Raw, and then the other three are on SmackDown. So then Jade signing to Raw would make it even.
Yeah, that would make more sense.
Which is kind of what I feel like they're going to do is move her to Raw.
If that's what they're doing, I think they should either keep it a secret or hurry up and do it, because doesn't the pay-per-view this coming up weekend or like next weekend?
Yeah, I'm assuming it'll get announced on Raw. It'll either get announced on Raw or it will get announced. Well, no, I think it'll get announced on Raw, because they've already pre-taped SmackDown for next week, and I got the rundown, and I don't think that was on there. Let me look. Spoiler alert for anybody listening that is listening to this before Friday Night SmackDown next week.
Well, then you're a goofy goose.
Well, just skip past it, I guess, if you don't want to get spoiled. Come on, load, please. Here we go. They're doing Liv Morgan versus Tiffany Stratton. Ashanti the Adonis and Cedric Alexander, I guess, are going to team up. That's cool. There's a backstage promo with the Bloodline. Braun Breaker is debuting in a match. Yeah, I don't see anything about, there is an Elimination Chamber package, but no reveal set. So I'm assuming they'll do it on Raw on Monday, which makes the most sense. Right. You've got, let's see. You've got Bayley going through her little face turn. Doesn't know who to trust. The Kabuki Warriors and Io Sky, they are still under the moniker of Damage Control. So Damage Control still exists. That? I think so. I mean, because they said in the vignette they did last night that they are Damage Control, the three of them. So I would assume that they will keep it and just kind of like make it their own thing,
Their
which
own thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but
I
what
think
about
is
the other
brilliant.
chick?
Dakota Kai.
Yeah.
She's
So
not sure.
that's kind of the whole storyline right now, is that Dakota Kai, as of last week, kind of turned on Damage Control and defended Bayley, but it was very hesitant. And so last night they did a backstage segment where Bayley is walking by, sees Dakota Kai. Dakota Kai says, "Hey, did you hear what they said about me? Like, they're coming after me and you're the only person I can trust." And Bayley goes, "Well, the problem is this has been going on for months and I don't know who to trust right now. And so I'm sorry, but like, I'm not the one to like be here for you because like, I don't know if I can trust you." And so like then Dakota is like trying to plead her case and Bayley says like, "I can't deal with this right now. Like, I don't know what's going on." And then kind of walks away. And so it typically, when that happens, if you think that the person's going to like turn, like they'll get that like mean face or whatever. But the face that Dakota Kai made was more like desperation. So I don't know if it's going to be, I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, they're either going to have her be with Bayley or I could see Dakota Kai costing Bayley the title at Mania, then setting up a Dakota Kai Bayley feud, which would be cool because Dakota Kai is a great wrestler. She's just injured. Not great on the mic yet, but she's getting better.
Right. Well, I mean, I feel like that's a talent that you have to be taught.
For sure.
Look at Roman Reigns. He was trash on the mic.
Yep. I watched Roman Reigns' documentary and it was so funny. I believe so. They did a documentary.
I'm just going to assume that everybody has a documentary.
Yeah, pretty much. And one thing that he said that I really stuck out to me, and he was like, basically, I'll admit it, I was terrible on the mic. I couldn't cut a promo. He goes, it wasn't until they let me run with this bloodline thing. And he goes, I was able to basically just be myself. He's like, it was like night and day. He basically said, like, what you see in the ring is me. Like, it's not like, obviously it's exaggerated. Like there's a character behind it, but like, that is me. Like, that's how I talk. That's my personality. It's not this like bubbly baby face type of guy. And he's like, when they allowed me to just like be myself, he's like, my promos immediately got a million times better. And he's right. I mean, he's a beast on the mic now. I mean,
who would have thunk?
Right. Yeah. Though I would assume if he's so good on the mic because he's basically just like being himself, like, I don't know if I would want to be his friend, Like,
right. Like, what does that say about
life?
you?
Like, yikes. But so anyways, the big thing though is this whole deal with the bloodline. Mm-hmm. So they advertised on Monday that last night it was going to be the Roman Reigns and The Rock, coming together as the bloodline or whatever. And so last night at the end of the night, Roman Reigns comes out, he chastises the crowd, does that whole shtick. And then The Rock's music hits and The Rock comes out and literally like, he is just reviving his like Hollywood Rock heel gimmick. And
I saw pictures.
Oh, it's magical. I mean, as much as I have loved The Rock's like, baby face, like going after the person he's in the ring with, him going after the audience is a million times funnier because he starts the whole thing with like this, hey, I just want to congratulate you guys because you guys have broken not only a Salt Lake City record of attendance, but attendance record in the entire state of Utah. And so everyone's going crazy and they're like, yeah. And he goes, the record that you broke was the most concentrated amount of trailer park trash in one arena.
Aww.
And then he starts talking about them having 60 wives and being inbreds. And like, dude, it was incredible. I mean, incredible. And I mean, he was just going after him. At one point, like someone's chanting something and he like just stops mid sentence and just goes, "Shut up, fatty."
Ah,
damn. It was
classic
incredible.
Rock.
I mean, it was incredible. And so Roman, I think right before The Rock comes out, he goes like, this is the first time that I'm like able to say that The Rock is now officially a part of the bloodline. And so at the end, The Rock goes, you know, he does the whole if you smell what The Rock is cooking thing, but instead of The Rock, he says the bloodline. And then they all do the ones in the middle of the ring. Now, whether or not this was intentional or it was just The Rock, you know, not doing it right, I don't know. But instead of just like putting up a one, The Rock has his thumb out and his thumb is kind of like pointing to Roman. And someone had mentioned that earlier on in his promo, he was talking about how Cody Rhodes was going to walk out of WrestleMania a loser, but he was like pointing at Roman when he said it. And so a lot of people think that there's some cryptic stuff there about how The Rock may turn on Roman at WrestleMania and potentially cost him the title.
That would be nice.
It would, and it, you know, it goes into that same mindset of like The Rock is always going to do what's going to like make him come out looking good. Like he wants to be the one that is over with the fans. And even though he did this whole Hollywood Rock heel gimmick, at the end of the day, he's going to be the ultimate babyface, you know?
Right.
So that would be a way of him being like, hey, I had to do that to, you know, trick him. And like, this was always about, you know, whatever. And then that could set up a feud for, you know, him and Roman at SummerSlam or something. I don't know.
Right.
But I'm interested to see how that all works. I mean, it could go the opposite way and The Rock is, you know, completely and totally in the corner of Roman. I don't know.
I hope not. It would be nice for a good turn. For somebody going against Roman to finally get an advantage and Roman not be champ anymore. But
well, the other thing I thought about what they could do, and I don't think they will, because I don't know if they've ever done anything like this before, and it would be a very weird. Well, here's the other thing. The Rock said that he's going to do everything in his power to make sure that Cody walks out the loser. So it is also possible The Rock puts some sort of crazy stipulation on the match. But my thought was, what if they go through with this tag match concept, but still put Roman's title on the line for Cody? So it's Cody and Seth versus The Rock and Roman. And if Cody and Seth wins, Cody becomes the champion. That would be a really weird stipulation. I don't know if they've ever done anything like that before, but I could see them doing that to have the kind of best.
Yeah, that would be kind of crazy though.
Yeah, because then you could have like, I mean, I don't think they would have The Rock take the pinfall, but in theory, you could have Cody Rhodes pin The Rock, and now, you know, he's the world champion. That would be an interesting, and then that could potentially then set up the whole like Roman, hey, I lost my title because you took the pin. Now I'm gonna get you.
I like that. I like that better.
I think that would be a cool concept. I don't know if that's what they'll do, but they did. I mean, did I show you the promo that Seth Rollins cut with Cody Rhodes on Monday?
No.
So that is one thing that's making me think that they may do something like this, though, because Seth Rollins comes out, he interrupts Cody Rhodes, or vice versa. I don't remember exactly, but Seth Rollins is basically talking to Cody and saying, you have to finish the story at WrestleMania. Like, it's so important. He goes, now though, you have like The Rock in Roman's corner, and that is dangerous. And he goes, I am partly responsible for the man that Roman has become. And it's basically like my fault that Roman Reigns is who he is. I didn't realize he was going to take it to that extreme and turn into the monster that he's become, but I taught him everything he knows. Basically, like I was in, like, you know, when we walked down the aisle or whatever in those tactical jackets, like that was me birthing something that has now become this like monster. And so he basically says, you know, you're going to need like someone in your corner. And he says, and this is the line he uses, and that's why it's so brilliant. He goes, "There is no one on this earth more uniquely qualified to be your shield than me." And everyone went crazy because obviously he's alluding to the shield. And so to me, that's why it's like they're gonna do something with the four of them at Mania. I can't put my finger on what it's going to be yet, because we know it's going to be Roman and Cody for the title. And we know that Seth is going to defend his title, but they're obviously teasing something with the four of them. And so I don't know. I'm interested to see what that ends up being.
I had a really funny realization the other day. I went and got a hoop for my lip ring because this bar is driving me absolutely nuts. And the lady recommended I go with the silver one because it was bigger. The black one was smaller. And while I took a fruit snack the other day, it dawned on me that CM Punk needed the black ring when he had his lip piercing in because he has tiny little pencil lips.
I literally was like, where is this going?
More of me hating CM Punk. That was
you.
It.
I mean, you brought it home. The
story.
You brought it home.
Yeah. Full circle moment.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
They did a pretty cool spot between Drew McIntyre and LA Knight last night where he said something about the t-shirts that Drew had made for CM Punk. And
bro, those t-shirts are amazing.
So funny.
Wait a second. What t-shirts?
Oh my God. You haven't seen them?
Oh my God.
I have no idea.
It's literally a gravestone that just says CM Punk's. Yeah. It's like CM Punk's WrestleMania dreams or whatever. And then it has like the date of death or whatever. And it's just Drew McIntyre pointing to it, laughing. Like, it's hilarious.
I need this.
Yeah. It's amazing. They sell it. I mean, you can buy it on www.shop.com, I think.
You can. Chuck is showing me it right now, and it is amazing.
Yeah, it's incredible. LA Knight said
WrestleMania main event 2024 to 2024.
Yeah. LA Knight said something about how there's enough room on that tombstone to add like Drew McIntyre's name, and then like said something real witty and clever, and it was pretty
like
funny.
He does.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure. It was funny. I love how like LA Knight has like he definitely like emphasizes his catchphrase, yeah, but then he also like weaves it in so subtly into the way he talks. It is so funny to me because he'll just be like talking normal and just be like, yeah.
Did you see that he wants Usher to play at WrestleMania for like his entrance music?
Oh my God, that'd be hilarious.
I know.
If they do something like that, I will lose my mind.
Do they have Usher money?
Are you kidding me? WWE has any money they want.
From what I understand, Usher only got paid like $1 million or something like that for doing the Super Bowl.
Well, he was only performed for like 20 minutes and didn't even do a full song.
Right. So. No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like if
he's overpaid.
Yeah,
right.
they could probably get a discount for a WrestleMania entrance because you got to think they're paying. I mean, hell, they're paying Brock Lesnar like over $1 million a match.
Oh, so they got a lot of money freed up now.
Yeah, for real. I think that let me see. I believe it was over $1 million a match, and they paid Goldberg an absurd amount of money too when he came back.
Why are we giving all this money to this talent? I was going to add extra letters, but decided to be nice today.
Oh my God. Hold on.
Yep, holding.
That is crazy.
Yeah, right over there.
Okay, hold on. Let me see. How many matches did Brock Lesnar have in 2023?
This says he takes home $500,000 per main event appearance in addition to the 5% he earns from his merchandise sales.
that's probably maybe true, but his actual salary, hold on. This is insane. Based off of his salary, he made $2.4 million a match. Plus, if he's getting 500,000, and then he made 12. His salary was $12 million in 2023.
What a complete waste.
Yeah. And he wrestled five matches in 2023.
Jeez. Oh my God. This is my number one gripe about these guys. I hate part-time champs.
Yep.
Like, you're absolutely useless. You do nothing to promote story progression. You get paid way too much money to do not enough.
But the thing is like, I agree from like a normal wrestling fan standpoint, but Brock Lesnar sells tickets for sure. Like, people will buy a ticket to see that. But like, compared to like Roman Reigns, it makes a little bit more sense, because like Roman Reigns is only paid $5 million a year, which is still a ton of money. I mean, my God, give me that. But
that's $1 million a match there, because he doesn't wrestle very much.
Yeah. But still, like, compared to Brock Lesnar, I mean, that's insane to me. Goldberg got paid how much?
I just found something interesting while you're looking that up. Becky Lynch made more money than Seth Rollins.
Yes, she did.
Hilarious.
Not by a lot. She makes 3.1 million and Seth makes 3 million, but she still makes more than he does.
I would ride that point one all the way to my grave.
So Goldberg got paid almost $1.7 million for an exclusive contract where he only wrestled 2 matches a year.
So stupid.
That's insane to me. Yeah, if you look at like the salaries of WWE superstars, it's kind of crazy. Like, and then you look at the difference between Rhea Ripley is paid. That's not a real. That's not how you write numbers. Hold on. I don't know if this is supposed to be 2.5 million or 250,000. I think 250,000.
Yeah, because there's no way.
That's nothing.
But it's 2,50,000. Like, that's not how you write numbers. Whoever wrote this article needs a swift punch in the face.
Oh, not the swift punchies.
Reminds me of Parks and Recreation when Ron hits Jeremy Jam. I don't know. Do you guys watch Parks and Rec?
Oh yeah.
That show.
But yeah,
so this says $250,000 is what she makes a year. It says her net worth is $1 million right now.
That's insanity. Yeah. Good for
her.
Hey,
she has the same birthday as Anastasia, babe.
Yeah, 10/11.
Yep.
Gang. I'll have to let her know. She'll be excited. Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see.
Okay, well, that's a little better. Bianca Belair's at 550,000. Though Bianca Belair was a little bit. She kind of became a star a little bit sooner than Rhea did. I would assume Rhea's like re-up when she re-signs her contract will be a much bigger money deal.
Right.
Yeah, Becky Lynch is at 3.1 million.
Good for her.
That's awesome. Liv Morgan.
It's actually kind of funny because this thing that I'm looking at, hang on, let me go back down to the bottom. Obviously, it says that the number one, like we decided, was already Brock Lesnar at 12. But it also goes to show apparently like Carl Anderson makes 640,000 a year.
Who?
Jeez. Yeah, that's a lot. Which is crazy because Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, he comes out with Gallows.
Yeah, Charlotte Flair is only at 550,000.
Right. And like this is what I was looking at right here. It says the 10 richest WWE wrestlers as of 2023, and Stacy Keibler is number 8 with $25 million.
What?
Well, that's not from the WWE. I can't imagine.
Yeah. What a little weirdo.
I would almost like to see like active wrestlers, like highest paid active WWE, because I'm assuming the list you're looking at might be like factoring in like their other businesses and stuff.
Yeah, probably.
Because I mean, Stacy Keibler hasn't wrestled in
freaking
years.
Euros. I don't want Euros. Get out of here.
I'm not trying to do math today.
All right, so yeah,
charts over here.
Brock Lesnar is at 12 million. Roman Reigns is 5 million. Randy Orton 4.5. AJ Styles and Triple H both at 3.5. Goldberg 1.6. Becky Lynch 3 million. The Undertaker 2.5. The Miz 2.5. Stephanie McMahon 2.5. Which even some of them people are not.
It's crazy to think though that like even like Kevin Owens isn't on there.
Yeah,
which is crazy.
Well, here we go. Kevin Owens makes 2 million, so just under. Kevin Owens was literally like the honorable mention. 2 million. The Miz at 2.5, Undertaker 2.5, Becky 3. Oh, this says Triple H at 3.5, and I said that. AJ Styles 3.5. Randy Orton 4.5. It's so crazy that there is a $6 million gap between Roman and Brock Lesnar. Like, that is insane.
Well, now we know why Lesnar was paid more than other people.
Yeah, that's probably that's
probably
to
keep them
true.
secret.
Yep. Which I don't know. I mean, I kind of got to the point where I was sick of Brock Lesnar coming out, you know, like anytime Brock Lesnar would come out, it was always like a surprise, but it was always just like, oh, that's the surprise. Oh, well, could have seen that coming,
like,
you know.
I'm surprised, but
it only
at the same time.
Yeah, I think it only like actually the only time in the recent time that I can think that I was actually kind of pumped that he came out was when he came back as a face and he had that like farmer gimmick or whatever. Well, not a gimmick. Yeah. That's just how he is. But he like, you could tell he was legitimately just having fun. He was not there for like he was literally just there like to have fun. And that was some of his best work because he was hilarious. God, I don't remember what he said the one time. Oh, when he was what was he doing with he was joshing around with one of the other superstars in the ring.
Not joshing
yeah,
around.
He was joshing around. It was he wanted somebody to challenge him to a match.
The last 15 minutes of this is going to have to be cut out.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Cause it's just literally me going, oh God, I can't think of this. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's what it was. It was when, he was messing with Sami Zayn when he came back. It was when Sami Zayn was still a heel, and, yeah, he suggested that they go like hunting or fishing together. And then he basically told him that he should challenge for the title. He had like a open title shot that he won a number one contendership for. And Brock Lesnar comes to the ring and says, you should challenge for Roman's title tonight. This was before he was in the bloodline. He's like, you need to do it tonight. And Sammy's like, oh, I don't know. I'm not really prepared. And then Lesnar just goes, no, Sammy, do it tonight. And then like starts like intimidating him in the ring. And so he gets, convinces Sami Zayn to challenge for the title that night. And then obviously I think he ends up like costing Sammy the title or whatever, because he wanted Roman at that next premium live event. But it was hilarious. The dynamic between him and Sami Zayn was funny. And that's when I
Yes.
was like, oh, I really like this run, because you could tell he was having fun. Like, Brock is usually terrible on the mic, but he was actually really good. He was cracking jokes. He was having fun and laughing. And I was like, this is great. I love Brock Lesnar's funny. But then he turned on Cody Rhodes and kind of ruined that whole thing. So
he Lesnared it.
He Lesnared it. He sure did. He ruined everything. I was so pumped.
That's what we should say whenever something gets like completely screwed up. Well, that's been Lesnar.
It's been Lesnared. But yeah, because it was the Bloodline versus Cody Rhodes and Brock Lesnar, and then literally before the bell even rang, Brock Lesnar turned on Rhodes, and that's what started.
I
like,
remember that
feud.
Yep.
Yeah, which that was actually Brock Lesnar's final match in the WWE was against Cody Rhodes when Cody Rhodes beat him. And then he like shook his hand and like gave him a hug, and like that was actually, you know, despite everything that like happened after that, what a
good send off.
It was a good send off. Like it was, he like hugged Cody, like gave him the respect, raised his arm, and like, you know, really like almost like kind of, you know, he gave him his flowers, and then kind of rode off to the sunset. We haven't seen him since.
Probably won't.
And that's okay with me.
Yep.
I mean, I'm assuming he'll be back at some point after everything blows over, but
I don't think he'll be back there. I think he'll be back somewhere.
I don't know if anybody could afford him.
I don't know if anybody wanted.
I mean, if he wants to do it bad enough, he'll take the price for whatever.
Right.
But that's the thing. I don't think he wants to do it that bad. Like, I mean,
especially with everything that's going on with his daughter and shit right now. I mean, like she's kicking ass in like college and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think he should stick to being a family man right now.
Yeah,
I mean, he's in his 40s, so I mean, why not? Like,
yeah, he's definitely at that age where like if he wanted to retire, because you got to think, man, like he made $12 million. He wrestled 5 matches last year. Like even if he wanted to wrestle, you're not going from a 12 million payout to anything really that much less. And if he goes anywhere else, like let's say he tries to get into AEW, like they're going to want him to wrestle more than 5 times a year, and they're not going to pay him $12 million.
Well, I mean, I don't know, man. Tony's got a lot of daddy's money.
I will physically fight Tony Khan if he does that. Right, I'm already not impressed with the Ric Flair signing.
Oh God, I can't even imagine how much that deal was.
I don't even want to.
I was looking at this though, just because I was curious, and it makes a little bit more sense why Sasha Banks decided not to re-sign with WWE, because, like, now, granted, I don't think that Sasha Banks is anywhere near as talented as like Becky Lynch, but like her salary was only $250,000 a year compared to Becky's like 3.1 million. So I can totally see why she would be a little upset like with her pay.
Oh yeah, 100%.
I don't know. Yeah, I just absolutely. I never thought, like, I think that Sasha Banks has a little bit more star power than $250,000, but I don't think she's anywhere near as talented as some of the other women that they have. I wonder what Jade Cargill's contract was.
I don't understand why y'all hate on Mercedes Moné.
Nobody. I've never really liked her as a wrestler. Honestly.
I haven't either. And I didn't like her as a wrestler. She was okay. She was talented. I mean, I could watch her matches. What I didn't like about her was I thought she was horrible on the mic.
That's true.
I did not like her on the mic at all.
Thing.
Well, she never learned because she was in there for years and never got any better. Jade Cargill signed to WWE for $1 million. Go her. That's actually impressive for a female superstar.
Yeah, she wanted to go somewhere else. Tony would have given her whatever money she asked for, but she wanted to expand elsewhere.
I wonder what her salary was in AEW. Wonder if I'm sure it tell me. $350,000. She got a big pay bump.
Yeah, she did.
But yeah, I don't know. I just think I think Sasha Banks was just always, I just never liked hearing her talk. I was just like, oh my God, let someone else talk for you. Same thing I felt about Ronda Rousey. Same thing I feel about Bobby Lashley. I mean, just let the people who don't know how to talk on the mic, get them a manager and let them talk, because
yeah,
no one needs to suffer through this.
Maybe that's what they'll do with her over in AEW. They'll give her Stokely.
I doubt it. I doubt it because I think it's the same thing that happened with Ronda Rousey will end up happening, where originally they were going to put Paul Heyman with Ronda Rousey for a while, and Ronda Rousey she wanted to cut her promos. She didn't want anybody else doing it for her. And I was just like, why? Like, know what you're good at, and you're barely good at wrestling. So let's just like develop one skill at a time, you know? It's so annoying.
Yeah, I hope she never comes back too.
I don't think she will. I would be surprised if she does. She wanted out. It's like but then again, she wanted out the first time that she left and then ended up coming back. So I don't know. And I don't think she was very well liked in the locker room.
Well, yeah, obviously, because she also barely works and has a terrible attitude.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
But then again, I also don't know how much of that. Yeah. I don't know how much of that was a work, because I've also heard that a lot of what she did on social media and in interviews and stuff was a work. It was like a character. She was doing that on purpose, but who knows? Who knows? Because then you watch like Total Divas, the season that she was on Total Divas, and like everyone seemed to like her. But then again, that's a reality show and that's also fake. So who freaking...
Right.
What do you mean reality shows are fake?
I know, who to thunk. But anyways, well, y'all have anything else to add?
I watched a TikTok the other day of when Becky relinquished her title to
Asuka.
Yeah, when she was pregnant, and it made me feel my feelings.
It made me cry again.
It was a great. That was a great. So I watched that.
How
live.
Excited Asuka was for.
Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and that was like totally authentic. They did not tell Asuka that prior.
That's so sweet.
I remember watching that live, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Because Asuka at the time, I think she was a heel. And so she immediately turned face, like, because they legitimately like did not tell Asuka that was happening. She found out live, like that was a genuine reaction. And so that was an awesome moment. There was another thing that happened around that same time that I remember going like, oh, but I can't remember what it was.
It was during the height of COVID time. So
yeah, I do remember when Otis had won the Money in the Bank, and he carried the briefcase around, and people would like steal it from him, and then they would open it, and the contract wouldn't be in it, but there would just be like a ham sandwich. Oh God!
Oh my God! I remember that.
God, it was so funny.
They did him so dirty with that shit.
You know, I don't know why they did that. I mean, it was so weird to me, because why would they have him win it just to like turn around and lose it? And I think it makes sense, because they figured out that, well, they did the same thing that I think that they're doing with freaking Damian Priest. They booked themselves into a corner, and now they have this like big storyline they need to finish, but they also have this Money in the Bank briefcase that's just expiring, and they didn't know how to like tie it up. And at the time, I think they were pushing Otis and his tag partner. And so they didn't want him to take a loss. And so instead, somehow he lost it to the Miz. It doesn't make any sense.
No idea. No, it doesn't make any sense.
I am curious as what they're going to do with Damien's Money in the Bank. Because it's coming up, right?
It would only make sense to me that he would cash in at WrestleMania on whoever wins the match with whoever in Seth Rollins. That would make the only and maybe they do
without
it where
pissing off a million people. That is the way to go.
And that would be the only plausible way that he wins the title. If he cashes in on Roman and Cody, it's going to be a failed attempt. There's no way they would do that. I mean, it's nonsense. And so if they do want it to be a successful cash in, which it's possible that they just don't do it as a successful cash in, though last year was last year's cash in was unsuccessful too, which was stupid because then he ended up winning the title like 2 weeks later, but I digress. That was when Austin Theory cashed in for the United States title. Literally lost the cash in and then 2 weeks later won the championship. Like, why would you do it that way? Anyways. But yeah, I can see maybe the Judgment Day dropping the tag belts night one or earlier in the night on night one, and then him cashing in, on Seth and or whoever beats Seth. That would be interesting. That could also set up an interesting dynamic for the Judgment Day going forward because, then you could have like Finn Balor or whatever, like be jealous.
Everybody has stuff but me.
Right.
That kind of thing.
For real. Yep. Well, yeah, because then, he would, but then again, they've already kind of done that whole like tension within the Judgment Day storyline, and it kind of, so it'd be weird if they rehash that. So I don't know. I think that Damian Priest being world champion, even if it's for a little bit of time, would be cool because he would have the force of the Judgment Day behind him. But I like how they do the Judgment Day versus the Bloodline where, the Judgment Day's plans gets foiled a lot, whereas the Bloodline is almost always costing whoever's fighting Roman the shot. So right. I could see whoever beats Damian Priest for the title, like has to overcome the Judgment Day. And it's just because the Judgment Day are these like big, aloof, like dummies.
I think the next time they like try to mess with Judgment Day is going to be when they like pull it apart.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're pushed. I mean, they're still such a really good faction though. Like they're still getting a huge pull.
Yep.
I think that they would lose a lot.
I agree. I don't think they're going to break up the Judgment Day anytime soon, but I mean, eventually they will.
Yeah, they would have to.
Yeah. But I don't think it's going to be anytime soon. And I would almost say that it would be Rhea Ripley and then like maybe I think at the end of the day, it would be plausible to have JD McDonough, Finn Balor, and maybe Dominic Mysterio as like a 3-piece faction, and Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley end up leaving. That would make sense to me because they would need someone with some decent star power to lead the group in Finn Balor. And then you've got 2 essential mid-carders with Dominic and JD that you could still hold the group together. It would definitely not be as popular.
Right.
But I don't know. I think that at first I was a little concerned because Rhea Ripley was just not, she wasn't involved in the women's division. I think they have course corrected that a little bit. She is a lot more involved in like women's storylines. And the Judgment Day seems to be kind of just like the like plot point B of her story. Whereas when she first won the title, it was all Judgment Day and she was not involved in any of the women's storylines. And she just basically showed up, squashed whoever her opponent was and bounced. And then you like never saw her, but now she's like interjecting herself. She's got this feud with Nia Jax, which, hey, maybe it's possible that Jade Cargill costs Nia the title match, which is how they start their feud, but who knows?
Ooh, that would be nice.
That would be interesting. That would definitely have a feud for her to get her to Mania. I could definitely see Jade Cargill versus Nia Jax at Mania as just like one of the mid-card matches. That'd be a great match. Because I don't think she'll win the chamber match. I mean, I don't think they would put her in the title scene this early. I think
I think they have a lot of like story building before they can do that.
Yeah, I can imagine it'll be Becky and Rhea. That would make the most sense to me.
Yeah.
But what do I know? I can see a world where they do Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, but I wouldn't want to see that world. Because there is some unfinished business between Liv and Rhea, but I don't like Liv Morgan that much, so I don't know.
Oh, you're a hater.
I like Liv Morgan. I just don't think she's as interesting as the other participants in that match. They haven't done a good enough job building her up as like a legitimate challenger. Becky Lynch, I could see beating Rhea Ripley. Liv Morgan, if it ends up being Liv Morgan and Rhea Ripley, I can see it.
See that.
Yeah, I can see it being a squash match, essentially.
Yeah, I can't really like see that match.
Well, they've done it before, and that's how Liv Morgan got injured, is Rhea Ripley injured her. She got injured in another way, but that's how they wrote her off TV, is Rhea Ripley beat the shit out of her. And so like there's that unfinished business there, but even before that storyline wasn't that good. So I don't know.
Right.
Yeah, but anyways, that's all I've got.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. I mean, I wasn't really in here too much at all, but that's how it goes.
You participated.
You get a trophy.
You get an A for effort, or I guess an E for effort. I don't know why they always said A for effort, because the letter A is not even in the word effort, but
yeah, that never made any sense.
Whatever.
Here we go again.
But all right, well, cool. That is our little spiel, our wrestling spiel for this week. And tune in next time on the Main Event Podcast, where I'm sure we're going to talk about a lot of other things, or more of the same, or whatever. And we'll see if we can bring ourselves to do a live reaction to Elimination Chamber. But let me just give you a hint. I doubt it. We might do a rewatch reaction, but
not a live reaction.
I don't know if anybody's doing a 5 a.m. live reaction. That would be insane.
I'd rather stick a fork in a light socket, sir. Thank you.
I feel it. But all right. Well, we'll catch y'all next time on the Main Event Podcast. Peace out.